It's round 3 for the supersized smartphone, otherwise known as the Samsung Galaxy Note 3. It's lighter, larger and faster than before, but is it still the best phablet on the block? The good news is the tacky and slippery plastic has been given the boot. Kind of. It's been replaced by plastic disguised to look like stitched leather, but it's such an improvement. The Note 3 is comfortable to hold with great grip, but unless you have giant hands, you will find it hard to swipe and type comfortably with one hand. Now, it wouldn't be a Note without Samsung's S Pen micro SD slot and removable battery. You're also looking at the new micro USB 3.0 port for faster charging and media transfer. The Note 3's Full HD Super AMOLED 5.7-inch screen serves up bold colours and crisp, easy-to-read text. And that extra space is fantastic for watching movies, reading ebooks or playing games. You can also expect the oversaturated colours associated with Samsung's AMOLED displays, but you can always flick the screen mode to professional photo for a more realistic colour palette. The Note 3's 13-megapixel rear snapper is impressive. In good light, photos offer excellent detail. They can also appear a little saturated, but display great contrast, although occasionally the slight oversaturation can result in a loss of detail. HDR mode is good though, despite the slight processing delay, and low light shots will suffice on a night out. You can also expect Samsung's usual box of photography tricks, as well as 60 FPS 1080p video recording. Image stabilization isn't perfect, but the results are perfectly usable. It also records in 4K, which of course isn't really much use to anyone at the moment. Now, it's running on Qualcomm's powerful Snapdragon 800 quad-core processor and 3GB of RAM, so runs slicker than your average Android smartphone. Web browsing is zippy, and pages and text resizing are rendered smoothly. And despite the heavily skinned TouchWiz UI, we didn't experience any stuttering or lag, even when simultaneously running a multitude of apps and demanding games. Using the Note 3's S Pen is the closest we've ever come to replicating our natural handwriting on a portable device, and it's really easy to doodle and make notes. Then there are its new features. For starters, it finally works with the capacitive back and menu buttons, while hovering the S Pen above the screen and clicking its button brings up an Air Command menu wheel with 5 features on offer. First up, there's Action Memo. If you write a phone number, email, URL, or even address, you can then select it and carry out the relevant action. Writing down a phone number means you can save it to contacts or call it, and if you've scribbled down an address, simply fire it up in Google Maps. And the Note 3 does a great job of translating those scribbles. Then there's Pen Window, which calls up a list of compatible apps simply by drawing a box for them to sit within. A universal search, otherwise known as S-Finder, sifts through everything on the device, even your handwritten notes. ScreenWrite snaps a screenshot that you can then make annotations on, and Screen Booker lets you select only the parts of the screen that are relevant before defacing them with derogatory doodles. We're not quite convinced how many of these features are actually more convenient than doing things manually, though the screenshot annotations and handwriting search could be useful, while the Sketchbook app will prove popular among the artists. Now, swiping up from the bottom of the home screen reveals a hidden and good-looking HTC Blink feed-like stream of all your news and social updates, while its multi-window feature is still as useful as ever, allowing you to fire up 2 compatible apps simultaneously on the big screen. As for the rest, there's Story Album for arranging your holiday snaps, S-Health for tracking your exercise, and an integrated infrared blaster that turns the Note 3 into a remote for your TV. There is more, but we'd be here all day. And finally, in everyday use, the battery does a fine job of powering the massive screen and mass of software extras for more than a day of moderate use. It will certainly outlast an iPhone 5S, although won't keep going for as long as LG's G2. Put simply, the Note 3 is the best phablet in the world right now. It's got a superb 5.7-inch screen that throws up punchy colours and plenty of detail. It's got a superb camera, and it steams through Android, 3D gaming and multitasking. Plus, its S Pen makes it a doodler's dream. If you want to know more, make sure you visit our website stuff.tv for the full review. So if you're looking for a do-it-all device that can replace your smartphone and tablet, look no further than the Samsung Galaxy Note 3.